Good morning and welcome to our Wednesday encouragement this morning. We really hope that you're going to be able to join us also on Sunday. You know, this coming Sunday would normally be our homecoming, this weekend would be our homecoming weekend. But with all the COVID restrictions, we can't do that the way we normally do. So we're going to do something different this month. And we're going to spend this month focusing on missions and all the different missions points we support. We're going to have information on all of them on Facebook as well as on Sundays. And I hope that you'll be able to join us with that so that you can know more about all the missions that we support. Now, right now we're having one service at 10 o'clock and we're following all the distancing and safety guidelines, but we're just grateful to be able to worship together. And just a reminder, I know we've been back together for a little while and it's easy to start to feel more comfortable with that. But remember, we still need to follow the distancing guidelines and make sure that everyone who comes feels as safe as possible. And also respecting the tape that's marking off the different areas. Well, while we don't have our full Sunday school program up and running yet, the disciples class is meeting at 9 o'clock. So we encourage you to come and be a part of their study. They've been meeting outside, but they're going to move into the fellowship hall now that things are starting to turn cooler and they've got room in there to spread out and meet safely. And so we just really encourage you to come and join them on Sundays at 9 o'clock. And we spent the last month talking about strengthening our prayer life. And so I hope those of you who aren't able to come and be with us on Sunday morning and not comfortable being out yet, I really hope that you're taking part in our prayer time at 9:30, our congregation-wide prayer time, where we pray together while we're apart. There's a prayer guide on the website, and I really hope that you'll join us in that. And also, I want to remind you that if you have a library book that you've been holding on to and you're done with it, you can go ahead and bring that back to us. So you can bring it back during the week and just call, and I'll be glad to come and get it. Or you can bring it with you on Sunday. We can take those back and get those back into circulation now. Guys, don't forget our men's Bible study on Tuesday morning at 8 o'clock. If you are interested in joining us, just give me a call or email me, and I'll get you connected with that so that you can join us. And on October 11th, we have a couple things going on. The first is our congregational meeting to vote on officers for 2021. That's going to be at 11 o'clock following our 10 o'clock worship service. The second thing that's going on that day is the crop walk to fund efforts to end hunger in our community. Now, it's going to be different this year because of COVID. And there are going to be people walking that day. They're going to be more spread out, but we're still going to have our rest and refreshment station the way we normally do. It's just, it's going to be slightly tweaked a bit. Instead of just having a bunch of cookies out, we're asking people to donate the individual packs of cookies and crackers and power bars, cereal bars, all that, so that we can distribute them a little bit more safely. We're also going to extend the time of the refreshment station from 1 to 4. And we would really encourage anybody to come and help with that. You can come and help set up at 12:30 to maybe 1:30 or so and get it going. You can staff it in the middle of it. You can come at the end and help clean up, like about 3:30 or so. Just contact me and I'll get you in touch with Amy Hill, who is our coordinator for that. And as we've done in the past, we're going to provide Christmas presents to the kids at Remember the Children, one of our mission points in Romania. It's an orphanage there. And we're going to do it a little bit different again because of COVID this year. But we're going to have information on that in the bulletin on Sunday. And I'll put it on the website as soon as we have all that together so that everyone can participate. But just keep that in mind. And don't forget, if you need to pick up some communion packets, just call the office and let us know you're coming so that I can make sure that it's available and we can get that to you. Well, Joe Miller was an influential man, but I doubt you'd ever heard of him. I hadn't until the other day. He died in 1998 with a 4-column obituary in the New York Times. He has a master's degree in chemical engineering from Yale and worked for DuPont. And he started his own company. He developed a protective coating for bathroom fixtures and then developed a metallic paint that allowed the automobile industry to offer cars in a variety of colors instead of just black. He even created a heat-resistant coating that protected the Apollo 11 spacecrafts on trips to the moon. And with all that accomplishment, None of that was included in the headline of his obituary. The headline for his obituary read, "Joe Miller, who did his part for baseball, is dead at 95. Now, I'm a big baseball fan, and I love baseball history, but I'd never heard of Joe Miller. So how did he influence America's pastime? Well, in high school, Joe Miller loved baseball above all others. And he had a big, strong friend at school who was a tremendous athlete, but didn't want to play baseball. But under tremendous pressure from his friend, Joe Miller, he started playing. And he went on to play college ball at Columbia and later made baseball history by playing in 2,130 consecutive games and earning a place in the Baseball Hall of Fame. That's right, Joe Miller introduced Lou Gehrig to baseball. We never know the influence we can have on another person's life. The child we read Bible stories to or bring to church when their parents don't come. The neighbor we encourage or the coworker who sees Christ in our life and recognizes that there's something different about being a Christian. We never know just how big of an influence we can have on a person's life, and in turn the world, especially when it comes to our faith. Edward Kimball was a Sunday school teacher who not only prayed for the hyper boys in his class, but also sought to win each one to the Lord personally. He decided he would be intentional with every single one of them. And one young man he worked with was especially difficult, and so Kimball went to the shoe store where the boy worked and talked with him and led young Dwight L. Moody to Christ. Well, Moody went on to preach at large crusades, and one day a man named Wilbur Chapman came and responded to the gospel. He became a preacher, and during one of his meetings, a professional baseball player named Billy Sunday came, gave his life to Christ, and became a minister. Another man Chapman influenced was a man named Mordecai Ham. Ham became a minister and preached at meetings of his own, and one day a high school kid whose family called him Billy Frank went to his meeting. Actually, because he thought he was going to see some kids break up the meeting is why he went. Well, the meeting wasn't broken up, and Billy was intrigued. He went back another night, and the man we know today as Billy Graham gave his life to Christ. You know, a lot of people here have taught a lot of children about Jesus, some of whose parents attended and some who didn't. And we may never know this side of heaven the influence we've had and continue to have. But when we plant the seeds and water them, God gives the increase. And I believe that when we're in heaven, we're going to meet a number of people who we've had an influence on, who we never knew about. And that is going to be an absolutely amazing day.